First little order of business. I'm gonna be I'm not drinking alcohol this time. I'm having tea. I thought our podcast could have more of a calming presence. So I will be very calming this episode. Oh,
Okay.
Also, confession. Nathan and I were talking about this just before the podcast. I'm sure some people had their suspicions, but just so you all know, every single thing we've ever said on here is scripted beforehand. We spend probably on average, I don't know, 3 weeks.
100 hours?
Yeah, about 100 hours per episode, writing out the script, all the gestures. Nathan's snot that one time.
Took 5 takes.
It took a long time.
Yeah.
It's really laborious.
I just feel like we shouldn't lie to our viewers about it anymore.
No, yeah, even though it's weird, the way Nathan drinks is scripted in.
I had to learn that.
Yeah, he did.
I'm a method actor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he found a disgusting, ugly fat person who drank like that, because there aren't that many. And he mimicked them perfectly after a lot of practice.
And if you're one of my coworkers and you ever listen to my podcast, I am a method actor that does it at work. I'm sorry, the coworker that sits to the left of me, pretty close, because I really, really method act.
Do your coworkers notice that you do that?
At 7, yeah, definitely. 7:30 in the morning, you just woke up, you take a sip of coffee and you're...
Oh, because it's hot too, so you gotta cool it down with your mouth.
Yeah, I cool it. I can tell they don't look at me. They have the strength not to look, but I can feel their frustration. I can tell because he puts in headphones.
I don't think you can be good enough at programming where your coworkers would like you if you do that.
No, they don't.
There's no way. Even if you were like a savant who
no, but I don't even do the worst thing though. No. I definitely think I have a coworker. There's a soft moan.
He does a soft moan.
Just he does that just all the time.
Just what he needs.
Yeah. I had to talk to my therapist about it. That's how bad it got. It got to the point where it's just like, dude, I can't handle the soft. Just he types really hard and then he goes, and I'm like, oh my god. Now I hope no one.
Manth used to call me out. I would I have the breathing habits of an old fat guy, but I would just be typing and my posture would be so bad that I'd be hunched forward and I would just stop breathing. While I was awake, it was not even sleep apnea. I'm just sitting there and I'd go, and then start typing again and then go.
Oh, I think the worst, when I walk upstairs, I don't want to look like I'm out of shape. So I hold my breath so that I don't breathe heavily. And then right after we get off the stairs, I always go like 1 or 2 really hard ones. And then I go back to regular breathing. That's to shorten my window of inability to breathe.
It seemed like you were excited to get up the stairs.
Or I'll do a big, I'll do like a fake yawn,
yeah. Yeah, you know how people yawn
like a yawn pant, and I'll just yawn pant through it, and that's how I'll get through going up the stairs. Dude, even when I would run 6 miles a day, I would not yawn pant after stairs. I couldn't get around it. There was no way. Okay, questions time. By the way, for the viewers, I'm going to explain this anyway, but Nick, do you know the history of cornflakes?
Ooh, I have a question.
Okay.
My haircut.
I don't care.
My haircut.
Your hair was bad before and it's tolerable now. You went with the bare minimum you could have picked as a haircut without just not having hair.
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like?
Going.
What does it look like? Receding. Mm-hmm. You were wondering what for our listeners.
But if we had to dig deeper, my haircut. My haircut. I'll say a word and you say the first thing that you think of. My haircut. Just right off the dome.
Bad.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, next one. My haircut.
Oh, your haircut?
Mm-hmm. Quick. It's got to be quick.
10-year-old boy who couldn't figure out. Oh, dad. It looks like your dad my dad picked out your haircut. Mm-hmm. I didn't say our dad because I have good hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Last one.
Emphasizes your eyebrows.
Haircut.
Really accentuates your.
You already used that one for the last time. You got to think of a new one.
A new one?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of greasy.
No, the guy put stuff in it. You know what? Nope. It's not for me to defend. It's not for me to defend.
Sure he did. Was the stuff he put in oil? Did he rub olive oil into your hair?
Yeah, he was great.
Like an Italian pasta?
Okay.
So do you know, for the actual first question, do you know the history of cornflakes? Just saying.
If we are being serious though, what do you think about my haircut?
I don't like it.
You don't
like
mine?
It looks like the haircut I had when I was short and fat because I was too scared to get a real haircut because I was so insecure about myself. Yeah, I kind of look like that. For viewers, he's doing a double chin.
I'm not even doing it that good though because I can't.
No.
I don't have enough double chin.
No, my chin just extends down when I do it. I don't even get a double chin.
Do I get the double? I can't see myself.
You get a little bit. You gotta really curve it in. Okay. We can't do. No one watches our podcast, so we can't do visual gags.
Yeah, what's up with that, guys? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I edit it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Get on
Joe.
YouTube. Check out my hair. All right. It feels like you have a
Go
question.
watch it. Don't listen to it.
Do you have a question about my haircut? Let's just knock all those out of the way first, then we can get to the other question.
I don't have any questions about your haircut.
Do you have any comments?
I said all of them.
Yeah, you did.
You should undo it. Okay. I liked homeless
My
man
hair
more than I liked. Yeah.
Cut?
Yeah. You look like an 18-year-old boy that just joined the military. You look like you're gonna die in the beginning of Saving Private Ryan. You're not gonna be one of the ones that makes it cross the beach. You're gonna be one of the ones that gets like his guts just like, what's going on with these? Like in the middle.
Where I'm like dragging them around.
Yeah, you're gonna be dragging around. You're gonna be doing like visual gags with them, like the gotcha. You're gonna try
there had to be somebody who knew they were like an extra way in the background who was just, this is ridiculous, and just playing with it, and
just like
somebody doing that like floss thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was invented today.
No, it wasn't invented, but he invented it. That's where the floss came from. Just him going.
Like, Saving Private Ryan, yeah.
Just him with his guts. Yeah.
Do you think in real life you get blown up on the beaches of Normandy, your guts are out, and you're in shock, so you don't really have to deal with pain? Do you take the last moment to do a funny bit with your guts?
Yeah, you do.
I would think. I mean, I guess I could call for my mom, but I'm watching everybody else do it. It doesn't seem to be working. Nobody's mom's showing up. There's no chopper full of moms coming.
No. What I would actually do if I was given this opportunity, I would hope to have a blown off arm, and I would just say catch, and I would throw my arm to someone, and then when they turn to catch it, I'd be like high five, and they would just be grossed out because it's my disembodied.
If they
arm.
Actually got the high five, like
they got the
like this, and just fuck,
and then I'd be like, and then I'd be like high five again, and then my other hand, and then they'd be really confused.
You have no hands.
Yeah.
You're running around like, guys, quick, throw me your hands. I need to severed hands. Give me hands. I got this. It's really funny. The more hands, the better.
Yeah. And then the third one would be a foot or something, or another guy's head. Just start throwing other limbs. Really throw them off the trail.
Dude, if you could snail somebody.
Oh yeah, that would be it.
From a distance.
Yeah, I got it. My battery.
Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But really, a haircut. If you are listening on the audio, I got a haircut. First haircut in about a year and a half. I think it does look much better. I also get rid of the mustache. But now everybody can see how fucking fat and weird shape my face. My face is shaped like a bean, like kind of a fat bean. Like a bean that doesn't get enough steps in. But I think, the hair looks better. Man said I was getting kind of a Coach Steve vibe. You should call me Funny Beethoven.
I'm not fat. You're fat. Shut up. You should.
I didn't call you fat.
Did you really not? What'd you say?
I was talking about my haircut.
Oh,
I told you I'm not as adversarial this time. I'm having tea, so it's a much more calming energy you're getting from over here.
Do you think if you're on the beaches of Normandy during that like D-Day thing, do you think people would get upset if you made a comment about somebody's like guts or disembodied arm or something? Like if you went ew, you think people would give you shit for that?
Yeah, I would. If somebody was like, ugh, be like, yeah, honestly, I'd be self-conscious about it. I would be like trying to move my guts out of the way because people were walking.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. What if you look at everybody else's guts and they have prettier guts than yours, or yours is like a weird color or something? How do you deal with that?
No, I think I would be aware of that, and then I would try to make other people feel bad about their guts.
Oh my God.
Because we're all about to die. So it's like, well, I want to die feeling like I was winning at something. Like, dude, are those your intestines? You call those large intestines? Those are large, dude. Those are tiny.
It's like a bunch of boys in a middle school gym locker room, just like, oh, you got gross guts. You got tiny little baby guts, stuff like that.
Or maybe we just quit the innuendo and we just be sitting there with our guts out, and I'd be like, show me your dick. Just show me. I'll show you mine.
It sounds like you were a closeted homosexual.
We're just comparing.
But you didn't explain why you wanted to see their dick. You just
wouldn't be able to.
You would say, show me your dick.
I would have only those. That'd be my last words. Show me your dick.
No, and then when they come back after the battle to collect the dead, they're just like, dude, why are all of our soldiers' penises out? Like they were
shot. Their zippers get blown off? Nope. They are intact, just undone.
That man had no hands and had another man unzip and clearly present his penis.
I actually think that would be a good leadership move. If everybody was dying and you were dying too, and you had to like help people not freak out and be depressed, be like, all right, dick measuring, go. I think you get 100% participation rate.
Because there used to be a tribe that would their front line of their battlefield would be people that would chop off their own head. Do you think,
What?
alternatively, as an intimidation game, do you think if you went to the enemy and they were all like dead, but they all had their dicks out?
Wait, what was that first part? There was a tribe of people who the front line would chop off their own head?
Yeah, they were prisoners and forced to do it, or they'd kill their families. Yeah, that's a just similar tactic. The
No,
front
you can't
line
be like,
takes
you
out
can't
their
use
penises
this.
and then kills themselves.
You can't use that story as like the jumping off point for a sillier story. That's crazy. First question.
Do you know the history of cornflakes?
No.
Top of your head. Okay. So it was made by a eugenicist that was, this is a true fact, by the way. It was made by a eugenicist to stop people from masturbating. What if it worked? And then second question, what's the flavor profile that causes people to not jerk off or have sex? What's the least sexy?
Well, the thing is, like, one, I would think if you were a eugenicist, you'd be pro masturbating.
No, I think it was just to make you like make people like boys not horny.
Like less horny.
Yeah. It was.
But
what
you want them to masturbate. You know when I don't want to go impregnate?
I think it's chest mix. I think that's the actual best flavor. Like when I eat chest mix, I do not want to have sex with people.
And they don't want to have sex with you because you're calling it chest mix.
What is it actually called?
You know what? It's chest mix. You nailed it. Sorry, I misspoke.
Is it chest mix?
No, it's chest mix. It's lots of chess pieces. You know when you're eating the pretzel and then the rook?
Queen's tasty. What were you saying? You're being mean to me. What are you saying?
I was saying that I think masturbating would help a eugenicist. I am my least horny right after I have masturbated, obviously. So if some racist Nazi person, didn't want me to procreate with their beautiful Aryan whatever, they should, jerk me off. I'm just saying, Mr. Nazi.
Want Nazis to jerk you off?
I hear you, Mr. Nazi. Are you hearing me?
Do you want Nazis to jerk you off? What if that came out? They get Me Too'd for getting jerked off by Nazis? Like just hand stuff though, nothing else. But you did definitely got hand stuff from Nazis.
I wouldn't let myself come. I would just edge.
I
would edge for America.
I thought you would try to make like a new movement instead of like punching Nazis, like come on Nazis.
That's good. Come on Nazis.
Yeah, like because it's such a belittling act to.
Yeah, they're a very clean people. If they jerk you off, they're probably going to use a rubber glove. But you try to come with such ferocity that you get them on the wrist a little bit, and then they're like, "Ay!" and they gotta wash up.
Oh, you're doing like old authentic Nazis, so they're like 70 or 80, not even like new neo-Nazis with slick haircuts
I'm flying down to like Argentina where they're all hiding, and I'm in their little bunker in the woods, and I'm like, "All right, Nazis, jerk me off, or I'm making more Catholics," which I think they didn't like.
Did they not like Catholics?
I don't think so. I think they were Lutheran or like the equivalent.
Is it because we're like the evolved, like the Pokemon next evolution of Jews?
That sounds like something they would say.
I'm just trying to get into their headspace. I'm just saying.
Dude, you did it. You got in their hedspace really fast. What a method actor you are. You're just like, what would a Nazi say? This is what a Nazi would say.
I don't know why Nazis don't like Jews, but if I had to guess why they don't like Catholics, was it just the Old Testament they didn't like? They just didn't like what it had to say? They didn't like Moses?
No, I don't think that was it.
He was a two-dimensional character?
Yeah, I don't think the Holocaust. That sounds like at a barbecue or something.
Mm-hmm.
A fun game. Anyway, no, I don't think the Holocaust was a critique of Old Testament writing.
Maybe not. Okay, so back to cornflakes. What flavor profile do you think would make people abstinent? If you had to pick a flavor profile. That's where the question really lies, not in all this anti-Semitic stuff you've been saying about the Holocaust.
Maybe like a chicken broth, like Nana's chicken broth.
Is it Nana's chicken broth or just a chicken broth?
I think if you call anything Nana's something, it takes away more of its sexuality.
Nana's lube?
Yeah, even Nana's lube, I would want to use it, to help Nana with her joints, not for me to butt fuck or whatever I'm using lube for.
I think that's what Nana would have wanted. I think that was Nana's. I mean, if Nana's making lube, it's clearly not all for her joints. And I think you should respect her wishes and fuck butts.
Because back in Nana's day, they didn't have the Nana's lube.
No. They had to fuck butts dry.
You just had to try to get diarrhea. You pray you get diarrhea as a lubricant. God, Nathan, this podcast is horrendous.
Yeah,
here's a nice little joke I thought of while you were talking. Like if I ever made an off-brand If I ever made an off-brand, are you gonna spit?
What the fuck was that? The talk.
Well, you were.
Dude, I would talk less if you wrote questions.
You're always talking.
You.
I already came up with like 2 questions since we
No,
started.
you didn't. You're ad-libbing, and we may have lost those.
We may have lost those. That would be disappointing. Okay. All right. An off-brand cornflakes, right? This is the off-brand store shelf kind. Corn fakes.
Okay, next question.
Wait. Okay, so when I was getting my
next
haircut
question.
Today,
So the next question.
I have a haircut.
Not about Nick's fucking haircut.
Wait, I have a haircut question. Tell me if you've ever experienced this before. So I'm in the haircut, and the guy, he's like Spanish or something, and he's like, "I need you to be very still," or something. Like he says it in his like very, very charming accent, you know. And he needed to like do some of this shit. And he just like grabbed my ear and with just the tiniest amount of pressure kind of pulled it down while he did stuff. And I have never been so still in my life. I don't know what it was, but as soon as he did this, I was like, stop. What do you think about that? But do you know what I mean though? Have you ever had a man like pinch it says, you know how Saiyans, if you grab their tails, they freeze?
Are you done?
I found that when you're getting a haircut, if you pinch the top part of my ear, I love you. Like I fall in love instantly and I get so still.
Can we move on? Do we have to cut all of this?
So still.
Like, you know that episode that I had the sniffles and you had to cut all of that? Do we have to cut all of this haircut stuff?
No, the haircut stuff's nice. I'm going to edit in more of me talking later about my haircut and asking people. It's going to be, there's going to be the only like on the street episode. You like my haircut?
What the fuck? What do you mean on the street? Do you mean on the street as in you're talking about your haircut a lot? Or
No, like man on the street. It's going to be me on the street asking people if they like my haircut. We're going to go for 100% yes, and we will get it.
Is it because you'll cut all the no's? You'll know that he will get no yeses because there won't be that at the end of this podcast, which means he will have tried. That's how you know this won't happen. Okay. Dune question. Question about Dune. Dune the movie that everyone's seen by now, or I'm going to spoil it right now. So pause it, get on your HBO, and...
Could you imagine watching Dune to come back to this?
Yeah, right? It's not even going to matter. All
right, I watched Dune. All right, now, Nathan, what you got? It's been 3.5 hours. I am ready for Nathan's question.
It's like working out after getting off work. You can't take a break and sit for a little bit. You just got to go from work to working out. So pause the podcast right now, watch the 3.5 hours of Dune, and then finish the next 45 minutes of the podcast to fully get the Hoppothetically experience. You have to don't take any break. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't talk to your loved ones. Okay, so the question, if you found out that you were the Messiah,
Jesus?
No, like in Dune.
Oh, right. I forgot we're talking about
if
Dune.
You were a begrudging Messiah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Or maybe not. Yeah, Tilly Chalamet. Or not.
What did you just say?
Was he
Did you say like Tilly Shimmy?
Sure, Tilly Shimmy, yeah.
All right. If I was a begrudging Messiah like Tilly Shimmy.
Yeah. But instead of the sandworm people, you were the Messiah of weak-chinned people. People that had weak chins and probably were having trouble with ladies, but not always, just some of them. And your chin was getting weaker as you became more and more, you took on the role in the title, kind of like Timothy Chalamet. And you also get visions.
Do I become their Messiah by showing them all goatees? I'm just like, I just bring down a tablet with like a couple different hairstyle options.
If that's what you choose, but you are slowly becoming their Messiah. You don't want to be because you're losing your chin. You have visions of future situations about being their Messiah, but also the only difference is you don't have women in your visions because you're getting a weaker chin. You just have weak-chinned boys.
Yeah, but my beard would become bigger and bigger.
And but your chin is so weak you can see it through the beard.
How? No, that's impossible.
No,
like I'd have like a real beard, like it out to.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Everyone else has a weak chin. So what do you do?
Well, first of all, I would introduce them. I would introduce
Can't
goatees.
grow beards. That's cheating because I don't like it because it's not fun for me. Pick a different answer. No beards. You have to show it off. You have to be proud of your no chin messiahness. That's the devil's work.
Oh, wow. Okay. In this religion, we're anti-goatee. So I bring down the goatee, like the tablet on the goatee, and then I'm like, no, and I break it.
No, so beards are the devil's chain. You need to bring light to the no chin game, like that rhyme.
No, there's no biblical text that would say game. Bring light to the chin game.
What would you do?
Oh, I would start killing people.
Who would you kill?
Everyone.
Chads?
Everyone else. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you think people would start calling you incels? You're like the incel messiah? I think that's where it would go. That's where I think it would go.
I mean, it would be like Jesus, where they're like, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And I'd be like, if they say so, like I would never call myself that, but I wouldn't.
Would you stop the weird comments about women coming from your camp?
I wouldn't hear about them.
They're definitely happening.
I don't know how. It just would slip by me later in a court appearance. People would find this troubling, but
no. You would be on like CNN or something, and someone would bring up that like 87% of your cult or whatever is very sexist.
Wait, so do I have magical powers, or am I just ugly? Is that it?
Receding. Well, you have their devotion. So whatever that gets you. Oh, and you have a meth addiction. Like you have a drug addiction like Timothy Chalamet. You get more vision. You get the visions.
I don't feel like I would like the visions. I feel like the visions are mostly just me being upset. It's just me sitting in a room like, it's like, well, now I just lived that moment twice, like once in the vision and then once when I get there.
I think you would get a confusing vision of you looking in the mirror, like looking at your chin and then crying.
I could see someone's gonna like escape the like cult and then start like ratting on me for all of my indiscretions, and I'm just like, I don't think he was one of us, and he has like no chin. He's just mouth into his like man boob. No, it was really bad. I'm like, I don't recognize that guy.
It doesn't look like one of my worshipers.
I know everybody pretty well. I don't know. It was a really roundabout way to just ask if I was the leader of an incel group, what would I do? And it turns out I would do the pretty much standard thing.
Yeah. No. But you can't say the actual question says like incel cult, but I wanted to make it more topical by throwing in a Dune related.
Oh yeah, that had nothing to do with Dune really.
Next question. You get to make wishes, but every time you make a wish, your dick shrinks an inch and your balls grow 1 inch bigger. One stipulation though, you can't wish for more dicks.
I wish for more genies.
No.
Just like as many
wishes as you want.
Yeah, no, I still wish for more genies. I'm just like, I don't even listen. I'm like, nope. I know more genies. They're like, you don't have more 1 million genies.
Because everyone's first thought when you get a genie is to wish for more dicks, but you can't. You have to wish for other things.
More genies.
So what are those other wishes?
I already told you, more genies, and then
what are you gonna do with the genies?
No chins on these genies. We're back to the other thing.
They're actually called gins. If you get
That'd
more
be my
of
other
them,
wish, I would be like, now they're not called gins. They're back to chins.
Their only other name they're willing to accept is Jinzo. Do you wish for that?
Sure. Okay. I wish for more genies.
Yeah. Then what? Next step. Can't wish for more dicks though.
I think I'm fine with the no dicks. I mean, I guess after a while, I would probably want to wish for more dicks.
Yeah, like you're gonna get there at some point. You're gonna want more dicks. You're gonna have these huge balls, and you're like, I need 5 dicks so that I can come to get all the cum out of the balls. But you won't be able to wish for more dicks, and you'll be trapped.
Are you trying to say that as my balls get bigger, there are more cum in them?
Sure.
It seems like you think with these genies, I'm mostly excited about coming and dicks and not like other things like money and...
No. Money is a material object. It doesn't really have any deeper meaning, but more dicks, that's...
I feel like I'm happy with... I would just wish for more genies, I think. What if you had a genie thing, where you could only wish for more genies? I feel like at first you'd be like, all right, I guess I'll wish for one more genie. And then you'd have 2 genies. And you're like, okay, this isn't really...
Are they going to bring up how they're slaves a lot? Or are they going to bring it up a little bit? Like how close?
I don't know. I think they're just going to keep trying to goad me into getting more genies. I'm like, guys, I seriously want other wishes. Like, what can we do? And they're like, more genies. Maybe we'd be able to put our heads together.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had more genies.
I actually can't grant any wish besides making more genies, but those genies can make
genies,
real wishes.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
they don't even exist.
That's what the last genie said. He's like, well, that's a different guy. I don't know him.
Out with the old, in with the new. Let's try more genies. What do they do once they have as many genies as they want? What if they just like play cards? What if they suck?
They suck at cards?
A big like pinochle tournament, and you're like, ah. And then there's one slot for me, and I'm like, can we wish for one more genie so I don't have to play? And they're like, no, come on.
Yeah, come on, don't be a dick.
Come on, get in
here. If you wish for one more genie, they're gonna be like, now we need 3 more so that we can do 8 person. Now we're doing a tournament. They've already made the bracket.
Yeah. Are we
They've
playing
already
for
made the
money? And
bracket.
they're like, no, we don't really like that. It's more fun if it's just for fun. Let's catch up. I'm like, oh,
We'll play for small, like white elephant based prizes. It's just things from their closets, little statues.
yeah. Like, can't you like make anything just appear? And they're like, yeah, but I have all this old stuff I need to get rid of. So I'd like to get rid of that first before I start making new stuff. You know how it is. Declutter.
Okay.
Does
Do you
all
know
these
how
things that I can materialize, do they bring me joy?
I don't care about this? Okay. Next question. You know how in like all the modern depictions of there's a lot of bits and modern depictions of Jesus, but he has like these like killer abs. Do you think if Jesus came down for the resurrection and he had like kind of a beer gut, do you think people would just be like, nah, you're not my savior? Like you're clearly the Antichrist.
That's a good
Like
question.
you had 2,000 years and you spent the whole time what, not doing your P90X?
Which
Jesus, what were
religious
you
group
doing?
which religious group would bring it up first? Like if it was
Lutherans.
obviously Jesus
Lutherans.
where he like literally
Lutherans.
flies down.
Lutherans.
Why?
Lutherans.
You don't have anything to back up that answer. You're just saying
Yeah,
stuff.
no. You met a Lutheran?
No, and neither have you.
I have not met a Lutheran.
Why were you
Yeah,
saying
but
it so emphatically?
no. Luther's 97th. He brings that shit up all the time. They'd bring a weird post-it note and they'd post it right on him and have the 97 reasons why they want abs.
Is he like, well, he's still got the beard, so it's like fun. Like, is it if he's coming
Yeah.
down like, you know, white sort of robe that's like kind of undone, like kind of a Big Lebowski,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with.
Big Lebowski Jesus. You're at,
Like, no,
you're at like
dude,
church and you're going up for communion, and he's like, guys, another round. Let's have another one. More bread.
No. He has to fight a war. He's not going bowling. Like what?
He would go bowling.
No, he's not. He has to go fight a holy war. Dude, everyone would be there. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They'd be like, dude, where? You're not even ready. You can't even.
What if
fit
the
into
devil
his...
came and the devil was also like kind of out of shape? Like, what is this? Why is everyone so fat? People have been shitting on America for being fat, and it's like, no, that's God's image. You're supposed to be like kind of skinny fat, you know, where you're like could look good but don't look good.
Like when we said that we were going to come back and fight, we thought we didn't realize it was going to be like 3,000 years. Like we just did not maintain it.
Now, a lot of TV came out with that'd be so funny. Dude, every biblical person was just like looked shitty.
Dude, like he had like a guacamole stain like right here.
Yeah,
just like
out of shape.
My, yeah, he didn't even dress well for this.
Jesus, did you smoke? Like,
why are you wearing a fish t-shirt that's a little too small? It's like, I don't know, man.
He's like, I can walk on water. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't even look cool when you do it.
He sinks in a little bit now. He doesn't even.
Yeah. You don't. You are the only person in existence who could look bad walking on water.
Just be like, I'm picking a new religion. Even if it was emphatically proven, I'd just be like, I don't want that guy to be my God. I'll pick.
No, he's like, no, but seriously, I am Jesus. It's like, yeah, we know.
I don't even want to see the Holy Spirit. I'm so worried. You know?
Jesus retroactively turns all the crucifixes kind of fat too. Like, oh.
This wasn't always like this.
Like, was it always like this? No, yeah, dude. That's what it looked like. Trust me.
Next question. You are in the Footloose universe. You are a parent and you have to stop your kid from dancing. How do you do it? My first thought is get them into drugs so that they're at least cool. And drugs are pretty good.
I think you need to play with the levers you have, which is your relationship with the child's mother. You have an affair and the son catches you dancing with your mistress. You know, when he walks in, it's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm dancing with this mistress, which will inevitably lead to me fucking her.
And then to really ensure he learns the lesson, you hit him a lot.
I think in the Footloose universe, every parent was beating the fuck out of their kids.
Yeah, I think
that's why they were all dancing so much.
The ones that
like, I get hit a lot. Like, I gotta like shake some of this off. You know how like when you get like hit, kind of like slapped, you're like, that's what they were doing. It's just they get beat up so much, it takes like a half hour for them to just be like, oh, they hit me everywhere.
What a morning.
I think an affair is a good move. Plus, I would like it. You know, betraying people is really sexy.
Would you have to divorce your wife over this to let him know that his family is getting torn apart because of dancing?
No, see, that's the thing. I would be so convincing with my wife.
Secret?
No, I would go to my wife and I would, and when she catches me, I would promise miss her. Never have it again. It was a mistake. I learned my lesson. No dancing. But then next week, I'm back, baby.
Do you even
I'm
care
two-stepping, baby.
do you even care about the Footloose? Do you even care about your child? Are you trying to fuck other women?
Hey, let's not make this personal, all right? This is just about fun. We're having fun.
I'm just saying it feels like, I think at some point your boy Thomas would confront you and be like, Pop, it seems like it's not the dancing, but just that you're an unfaithful person and a drunk.
I would name him one thing to stop the dancing. I would make his name be pronounced Thomas, and I think that would do wonders. He would be like, well, just as a nickname, can people call me Thomas or Tom? And I would go, no, Thom, they can't.
Oh, I wouldn't dance with a boy named Thom.
No,
that's
I don't
absurd.
think many would. Hey, Thommy.
And since you're already beating him, give him a limp. So it's hard for him to dance.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how to give people a limp. I guess I'll just have to hit him until something sticks.
Go for the knee.
This is for your own good, Thom.
To be honest with you, when I was writing the question, I first wrote the question, then spent about 10 minutes thinking about how to beat children into getting them to not dance.
You can see that in your eyes, yeah. So that's your answer, that you would just beat the shit out of your Thomas?
No, I said drugs.
Okay, walk me through that a little bit.
There's a whole epidemic. I'd go for the heroin.
You'd be like, hey, there's an epidemic. Time to get in on it. Prices are low. Find a kid who OD'd. That's free heroin. And it's the good stuff. You know, that's actually true.
Dealer. Yeah, I did. Don't make this sad. Just keep going with the bit.
My friend died.
I'd get him into heroin. That's what I'd do. I'd show him how to shoot up. He was like, can you teach me the two-step? And I was like, here it is. You tie off the arm and then you put
first
the
you
needle
shoot
in.
up, then you get down, which is just on the couch watching.
That's when people say the two-step, that is what they mean.
Yeah, the two-step is heroin and then Narcan if you're a pussy.
Okay, this is a real question for philosophers, all the philosophers out there. If a man is moaning, makes a deep moan while he's urinating, we've all heard it. Does it say more about the man or about the pee? Which is,
I would need more information. When I hear a man moan while peeing, I usually like to get in and try to smell the pee, because that'll tell you, if it's, how sometimes pee is smelly. I usually like to smell the pee, which is tough. A lot of times, but it depends on how good the moan is. If someone's like, oh, they're not going to notice me being down. They're like,
you don't. I'm just to give you more context. He went into the stall. He's not even in a urinal, but that could just be him. He's moaning while he pees. It could just be something he does. Or maybe the pee was so powerful he needed to contain it. We don't know.
My honest guess would be that it's someone who had to pee very badly.
But maybe he just takes the opportunity when he pees to let out a good moan that he's been holding in all day.
Or he's in there jerking, just trying to disguise it as a long overdue pee.
Like he has a water bottle he's pouring out as he masturbates so that he can...
Oh, I've been in a car for so long I couldn't pee. Oh,
yeah. Oh, the big gulp.
Yeah. Oh, I drink way too much liquid. Sexy liquid. Liquid can take any shape like an ass. Getting off to the concept of liquid, which is a pretty badass move.
It can be water vapor. Water vapor is, by the way, I was kind of clenching my teeth because that's at the end is water vapor. You don't start, you're jerking off to the shape of water. The movie, you don't start with water vapor, which is what I assume the movie was about.
A man masturbating to the different states of H2O.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I think the reviews mentioned something to that effect.
What's the other movie that guy made? Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth? Yeah, with the weird hand shit. Of course, that guy's just. And then at the end, he does that, and there's eyeballs on his hand.
I kept seeing that movie on Netflix. It's just that with the eyeball. It's a weirdo with the eyeball in his hand. I'm like, why would I watch this? What is the selling point here?
Yeah, well, he fixed it. And the next one, In Shape of Water, the sequel, he has a man jerk off to water stuff, and then he goes.
My honest guess for what Pan's Labyrinth is it's just somebody in the dark, and then you turn a corner and it's just like, look at the fucking weird eyeballs. And you go, oh, and then that's the whole movie. A guy with eyeballs in his hands instead of eyeballs is probably pretty excited to show you. So I bet you get him pretty early in the labyrinth.
I bet he lets there's some suspension build up before he does it. And you should just let him do it. He's a nice guy. He's a 9 to suspension.
Yeah, he lets some suspension build up. Like he lifts you way, he gets you on like a pulley system and lifts you way up
you're like,
into the air. You're like, whoa, I'm pretty high. And then you turn around and it's the eyeball guy. You know what those are called, Nathan? You know what those are called that you do? I think it's called a malapropism, which you should take that word, add it to your vocabulary next week, use it incorrectly. That'll be funny.
Am I doing one more?
Yeah, do one more, you fucking retard. Got him, everybody.
Oh, man. Okay. Would you go to a clothing store if they were like trying to be helpful? Like they'd be like, oh, do you need like a medium? But they would always guess your size incorrectly, too big. They went to like a Kohl's and you were like,
I didn't realize I was poor
large
in this question.
Kohl's isn't poor.
That's fine. I don't know.
If
they guess like way big, they're like, are you like an XXL? Like, should we? I'm like, no, just a large. And they like bring out both just in case. Yeah, no, here's one. But let's just get both takes. Just
do the XXL first. I think that one will.
Let's just
my professional opinion.
We don't want to stretch out anything. If not that we would, but we want to be careful.
If you stretch it out, you cannot return it.
Or they're just like, no, like wearing stuff really tight is in right now. Like that sounds fairly devastating. And if they were really doing it, because I'd be like, is this like a bit you're doing? And they're like, excuse me? Like if they really, really were sincere. Yeah, no, I was just trying to. Yeah, I can grab a manager if you want. Like if like multiple people were doing it. Hi, I'm the manager of Kohl's. Oh yeah, did you already try the XXL? Was that too small? Did you need the triple?
Yeah, he goes higher. He starts higher. He's like, did you give him the triple X? Like I gave him the double. It's like, tight is in.
Yeah. Would you go?
No, I would cry. I would go into the changing room and sob. And I think they would know it. They would have tissues in the changing room. You're like, that's weird that they have that.
Yeah, I came out. I'll just buy whatever you want. I suck.
Then at the end, they they muddle fatty under their breath. Like, oh, so you do. This is
as the doors.
Do you think it would do well?
I don't know. I think you could get like low enough in your life where you're like, I kind of want those people to call me a fatty again. Like I want
it was a lot of, they give you an odd amount of attention.
Yeah. I've never had, I mean, you can probably speak to this, but I've never had like 4 people saying I'm a fatty at once. Do you miss it?
Oh, I do.
Every day. To be a fat boy.
Because I think it's negging. I'd be like, I don't know. I feel fat, but I think they're really into me. And then you would fall in love with them and have to follow them around all the time and break into their house and smell them. It'd be a whole lot.
I have nothing to add to that part that you just said. Remember earlier when you said all that Nazi shit?
No, you were taking hand jobs from Nazis. You're the real villain of this story.
No.
I tried to make it about Pokemon and you ruined it.
That sounds like a Nuremberg excuse. I tried to make it about, I was just following orders. I was trying to make it about Pokemon. No. We established here in 1948, you cannot make it about Pokemon. That does not excuse your behavior.